Welcome to Shor Machshava on the Daf. The month of Av is sponsored by the Einhorn family, Leilui Nishmas from Naftali B'Rabbi Cheskel. We're holding in Chulin Daf Tzadik Tes. The Gemara on the end of Amud Beis brings us the opinion that says, Ein begidin b'noisen tam. Not like our Mishnah that says, the Gidin noshe that's cooked with the rest of the meat, the Gidin noshe transfers taste to the rest of the meat. But Rabbi Shmuel ben Rabbi Yochanan ben Broika says, Ein begidin b'noisen tam. And that's why we paskin la halacha that Gidim don't give taste, they don't transfer taste. The Orach Chaim on Vayishlach Bereshis Perek Lamed Beis Pasuk Lamed Gimel already mentions that the idea of Ein Begidim Noisen Tam is to tell you that the Gidin Noshe, represents the klipa. It represents the bad in the world. And the bad has no taste. Only something which has Gedusha, which has Taharo, has taste. Yes, it has the tam, has something flavor of what we're doing in this world. But the tumo and the klipa, they have no taste. Ein begidim b'noisen tam. Kivan shenekro gedusha mimenu. That's what the Orach Chaim says. And add to this, where Tzaddik HaKohen writes in Koimet Samincha Chelek Beis towards the end. There, as we mentioned earlier, the Tzaddik goes on to bring 4 different explanations of the idea of Gidin noshe. Al pi pshat, al pi remez, al pi drash, and al pi soid. So Al Pi Remez, says Reb Tzaddik, the idea of Gidin noshe is the Gidin noshe is connected to the Aver, to the Taivas of Adam. And by Am Yisrael, we don't eat Gidin noshe, means we're not indulging into Taivas. The concept of Kvishas Hayetzer is the koyach of Am Yisrael to be misgaber and Esav, to be misgaber on the Satan. Continues Reb Tzaddik, it says like this, the Zohar tells us that Shasa, 365 loisases is connected 2 things. It's connected the shasa gidim, the 365 sinews that Adam has in his body, and it's connected the shasa yomim b'shana. There's 365 days a year, so we have connected each one of them a loisase. Now, if so, every gid, every sinew is connected one of the days of the year. What day of the year represents Gidin noshe? Says the Zohar, Tisha B'Av. Tisha B'Av is Keneged Gidin noshe. What does it mean that each one of the days of the year in the sinews has is Keneged the loisase? Is the kiyum of the mitzvah of that loisase gives the chiyus, gives life to that sinew and gives life to that day. So he comes and says, our Gemara tells us, Ein begidim b'noisen tam. The Gidim don't have taste, meaning the Gidim are not giving you anything. It's just the chayzik, it's just the strength of the body. It's the loisa says, the not to do. Just refrain from doing. So in general, that's the idea of Gidim, and specifically for Gidin noshe. What is the Gidin noshe's mitzvah? Refrain from having indulgement and hana and taivas of this world. Just refrain, just stop from doing it. And that is exactly what you do in Tisha B'Av. As Tzaddik says, he says in a few places, the idea of Tisha B'Av is refraining from doing. You're sitting and not doing anything. Every day of the year we try to accomplish something. But the day of Tisha B'Av, which is connected Gidin noshe, which is the mitzvah of shmir and not doing, the whole concept of Tisha B'Av is not to do. One cannot learn Torah, one cannot accomplish, one is not supposed to do anything in Tisha B'Av. It's as if there's no mitzias, as if he doesn't exist. And that lack of existence is the chiyus of Tisha B'Av. Because kol misabel Yerushalayim zoiche v'roeh b'simchasa. You zoiche to what Tisha B'Av can give you by not doing. Also, Gidin noshe is the same thing. What is the avoid of the Gidin noshe? Not to do. Ken lo yoichlu. Don't come and enjoy. Be shomer the taivo. Mizgaber on the yetzer. And seemingly for that, what Tzaddik is trying to tell us, that's the idea, ein begidim b'noisen tam, which we say specifically for the Indian of Gidin noshe. There's no time, there's no taste, there's no doing. That's the avoido of not doing. And I add, that's what's called Gidin noshe, is loshen shichicha. Noshe is loshen nishia, you forget. As if you forget that this exists. A person forgets his taivas that connects to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the remez, that's the yisoid of Gidin noshe, she'ein b'tam, doesn't have a taste. And add to this, what's brought down in the Beis Yaakov, the Redziner and Parshas Vayishlach, he also says this idea that Gidin noshe is ein begidim b'noisen tam, that represents the koiches hara in the world, similar to what we said in the name of Orach Chaim. And he says it's called Gidin noshe loshen shichicha, that it causes people to forget about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And he goes and explains that's what it means when the Malach is fighting with Yaakov Avinu. He says, Lama zeh tishel shmi? Why are you asking my name? Meaning, I don't really have a name. I don't really have anything because I'm the Samech Mem, I'm the Satan, I'm the Yetzer Hara, I'm the destruction of the world. The Samech Mem is Samech and Mem were both letters that are completely closed or completely sealed. A person cannot enjoy from it, cannot benefit from it. It's only doing bad for the person. That's what it means, Ein Begidin B'nois and Tam. And that's what the Malach of Esav is telling Yaakov in that point. Gewaltige things to understand in the oimik of Gidin. Anyone who wants to join or sponsor the Shor Machshava Shiurim, please email shormachshava@gmail.com.